Are we ready? When thinking about what pieces I wanted to do tonight, I picked a particular set. There's been a lot going on in the city this summer and this past spring. I mean, for a long time now, but it's really getting hectic, like with the violence and the gun deaths and things like that. And so I decided to read the pieces that are inspired by my time on 56th and Market, which is where I live right now. There was a time this early spring and into the summer when there was gunfire almost every night. And then it began to be gunfire in the daytime. And then we'd be walking to the supermarket with our children and we see the police run by with their guns out, like, some Hollywood type stuff. And so it's hard when you live in a place like that. It is literally living in the middle of a war zone. And there's a certain amount of fear that comes along with it. You don't really want to look anybody in the eyes when you walk past, and you don't want to take your kids out to the playground in the middle of the day, past certain corners and things like that. So if we don't have anything else, we have a voice. And so these pieces have been inspired by, living in that atmosphere and the different characters and situations. I can be strong, I can be so beautiful, I won't be wrong, 'cause I was so beautiful. I could have everything, including wings. I could have flower garlands and rings. I could have everything, or none of these things. The love I want and need, everything. I felt God in me. A baby girl, my little queen, but I didn't want her. Not that I didn't care, I just didn't think that I could be a good mother. She looked like her father, but I couldn't remember my baby girl's name when she squeezed my neck. I wanted to sing to her, I wanted to tell her that life is about, so much about self, respect, endearing, revering, awareness. And if you do not believe the divine is in you, then what can you do? What can you change when destiny can be your enemy? And if it wasn't meant to be, then you could be absolutely nothing. But I felt God in me. There were times when I would seek to destroy, or at least ignore such beauty, inner divinity, evidence of my responsibility to the universe. I mean, who was I to think that I could wear a bow in my hair or a pretty dress for fear they'd be like, oh, this chick thinks she's cute, I guess. Who was I to believe that I could have a dream that I could achieve when the odds were simply against it? Who was I to have that dream unamended when I was the wretched of the earth, slated to work for my worth until my life was ended? And every night the war drums would sound, and every night the war drums would sound, drowning out my song of esteem, bleeding out my heartbeat, pushing me down, down, telling me to become nothing. And boom, boom, doom, 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 and crash every night, and doom, boom, boom, and crash in the middle of the night, and they are screaming and fighting and screaming and fighting, and she has a knife, and boom, doom, 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 and crash, and mother, you ugly, I'll kill you. They are screaming and fighting. She should kill him, I think. He will kill her, I think. It is morning, I am in 3rd grade, and I cannot think. My nerves are shot, My legs are burning from hot grease marks and all over his face. Hot grease all over his face. He was wet and red, dripping and screaming and burning all over his face. And I could feel it still. I had a dream last night. I felt God in me. A baby girl, little queen. But I didn't want to. Not that I didn't care, but who the fuck was I to think that I could be a good mother? I couldn't even remember her name. To bring life through this filthy body, no, that would be divinity. But the world would shit on me, rape me, take me for granted, and who would give a damn about it? The world would beat me down, and perhaps I would allow it. I mean, my fear, what if I couldn't believe in even so gentle a man that could caress my clit in concentric circles and trace my hairline with the other hand? You know you want to hit me, motherfucker. I'll push you to it, I'll make you do it. It's in your nature as a man. He would hit and hit and hit and hit. Everywhere, always, there was violence. And I hated it. It hurt me. I hated it. It hurt. I hate and I hurt and hate and hurt. So all I knew of love between a man and a woman was hate and hurt. In the back of my mind, a little voice asking, how will you build, sister? Tell me, how will you plan? How will you maintain a relationship if you can't relate to a man? All I'm saying is, if I am not divine, then I am destined to be used, desperate to be abused, to be nothing at all. The world's biggest oxymoron. But I felt God. I feel God in me. Baby girl, little queen. And I will sing to her. I will tell her, I can be strong. I can be so beautiful. I won't be wrong, no, 'cause I am so full of